Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anne Marie, and today I'm going to discuss the 10 Things I Love About You. Everyone in my family has killed someone by Benjamin Stevenson. Before we begin, let me remind you that I will not reveal any plot twists, nor will I spoil any surprise endings, so don't worry about that. The whole point of this is to give you an inside peek into the book. If you've already read it, or if my video inspires you to do so and you feel compelled to add to my list, feel free to do so in the comments and I will take a look. So here we go. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone is a whodunit murder mystery that takes place at a remote mountain resort during a family reunion. Ernie Cunningham, a crime fiction aficionado and the story's narrator, is a reluctant guest at this family reunion. Why? Because 3 years ago he witnessed his brother kill a man, and Ernie immediately turned him in to the police. Now that his brother is being released from prison, the family is gathering to welcome him home. For obvious reasons, Ernie is hesitant about celebrating this event with his family. The family reunion becomes even more awkward and complicated when a murder occurs. Since everyone in Ernie's family has killed someone, there is no shortage of suspects. The first thing I love about this book is the epigraph. Printed inside the book before the story begins is Ronald Knox's 10 Commandments of Detective Fiction. These are essentially a list of 10 rules that boil down to one key concept. The golden rule of Golden Age mysteries is play fair. As a quick side note, in addition to being an author, Ronald Knox was also a Catholic priest, which is perhaps why he wrote the 10 Commandments of Detective Fiction. The second thing I love about Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone is the book's construction. Following Ronald Knox's commandments, there is a brief prologue. We then see that the chapters in this book are divided into sections, each titled with the name of one of the family members. For example, the first section is titled My Brother, and this is where we learn about the narrator's brother, Michael. Michael, of course, is the brother who Ernie turned into the police after witnessing him kill a man. This section gives us background information about Ernie's relationship with Michael. It's also filled with a lot of important details, so pay attention to them. Everything is there for a reason. The third thing I love about this book is Ernie's stepsister, Sophia. Sophia is a surgeon, she's from Ecuador, and she's the only family member who kept in touch with Ernie following his brother's murder trial. Sophia and Ernie get along well because they both have a twisted sense of humor. For example, Sophia made bingo cards for the mountain resort family reunion that included generic events such as avalanche, broken bone, and someone dies. The bingo cards also include statements directed at certain family members, such as Ernest is late. Sophia already crossed this one off on her card since Ernie was in fact late to the reunion. Printed inside one of the other boxes is Lucy tries to sell you anything. This brings me to the fourth thing I love about this book, Lucy. She is Ernie's former sister-in-law. Once married to Ernie's brother Michael, the one who went to prison for murder, Lucy runs an independent online business. Ernie refuses to name the company she works for because he doesn't want to get sued. But he mentions that she was promoted to Vice Executive Regional President or something like that a while back, along with about 10,000 others. According to Lucy's post on Instagram, the car she drives is a freebie reward from the program. Ernie then goes on to explain Lucy's business endeavor in the following way. Lucy commits to the rhetoric. She describes it as a business and tenses up whenever anyone says that specific word. So out of respect, I won't use it. I'll just say the Egyptians built them. Got it? Before filming this today, I read that to a few different people to gauge their reactions, and they all did the same thing. Oh, I get it. Pyramid scheme. The fifth thing I love about Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone is Ernie's stepfather, Marcelo Garcia. He is married to Ernie's mother. He is a corporate lawyer and a partner at the esteemed legal firm Garcia and Broadbridge. Marcelo represented Ernie's brother Michael at his murder trial. He drives a Mercedes SUV with a dishonest baby on board sign in the back window because he thinks cops pull him over less frequently with it. Also, he is never seen without his late 1980s platinum presidential Rolex, which Ernie refers to as a university tuition on his wrist. The sixth thing I love about this book is Ernie's Aunt Catherine. She's the one who organized the family reunion and sent an email invite with an attached Excel spreadsheet for each guest to list pertinent information such as allergies, shoe size, how they like their steak cooked, and license plate number. Over preparation is her specialty, and she's described as a hyper-organized, uptight, stickler for the rules who shows up at the family reunion a day early because for her, being on time is being late. Catherine is a teetotaler, and at one point in the story, Ernie wonders how many murders it would take for her to crack and have a pint. She has a daughter named Amy who is excused from the family reunion because she lives in Italy, and the importance of this Australian reunion was about a 5 to 7 hour drive and no more. Ernie's Aunt Catherine is married to Andy, who's number 7 on my list. Ernie describes Andy as a terrifically boring man in a terrifically boring marriage. Andy is a horticulturist. He grows grass on cricket pitches and football fields to the right length and specifications. This profession suits his personality because much like the grass he grows, Andy is often walked on. In chapter 14.5, Ernie describes Andy as a man who wears his wedding ring like some men wear Purple Hearts. A Purple Heart is a United States military decoration that is awarded to a service member who has been wounded or killed while in the line of duty. So that should give you some insight into his marriage to Catherine. The 8th thing I love about the book is a paragraph found in chapter 10 in the section titled My Father. This is how it reads. Dad was always out at night. It came with the territory. I have affectionate memories of him. I truly do. But what I think of most when I think about him is the spaces he left. It was easier to tell where my dad had been than to see where he was. The empty armchair in the living room. The plate in the oven. Stubble in the bathroom sink. 3 empty holsters in a 6-pack in the fridge. My father was footprints. Residue. I like how the author used a variety of quick visuals to convey how this man lived. An empty armchair. Stubble in the bathroom sink. 3 empty holsters in a 6-pack in the fridge. They're like snapshots into his life, and I think author Benjamin Stevenson did a great job using them to describe this character to readers. The 9th thing I love about this book is the way narrator Ernie Cunningham describes Sky Lodge. This is the setting for the family reunion, and this is how Ernie describes it in chapter 2. Advertised as the highest drive-in accommodation in Australia, which, to be fair, is like bragging about being the world's tallest jockey, it included a 9-hole golf course carved into the mountainside, a lake brimming with trout to fish from or row across, whatever fireside comfort and rejuvenation meant, access to the neighboring ski resort, lift pass not included with stay, of course, and even a private helipad. I'm quoting from the brochure because it had snowed heavily overnight, and everything from the road in front of me to the now par 400 golf course to the flattened out tundra a couple of 100 meters downhill from the guest house, that I assumed was the lake, lay under the same fresh powder. The valley looked flat, steep, small, and endless at the same time. I think this is a great, somewhat humorous yet pessimistic visual that effectively describes the setting for this family reunion. The 10th thing I love about Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone is chapter 41, which is in the section titled Me. After spending the rest of the book telling us about his family members, Ernie saves himself for last. The chapter is just 1 page in length, but it ties the entire book together. Chapter 41 is then followed by an epilogue that answers the remaining questions about this mystery. This is a complicated and twisty whodunit, but I assure you, author Benjamin Stevenson follows the golden rule of the Golden Age. He plays fair. If you've read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone and you would like to add to my list of things to love, feel free to do so in the comments. Until next time, take care, be well, and happy reading.